Hello, hello, hello. There are people here already. Beautiful, beautiful. How's everybody doing? Mark's gonna go whip up some dinner and watch another chunk of wood transform into something neat. Maybe. Maybe that's what's gonna happen. We don't know. A couple weeks ago it sure didn't. I get a little bit of poofy coming out the backside of this bad boy right now. Beckham's here. Right on, right on. Who else is here? If Sheldon shows up this week and asks me if I've tried to do a snowman yet, I'm gonna ban him from this channel. Comes in every week. He's like, "Have you tried a snowman yet?" No, I haven't. I'll get to it. Oh, Pinnell's here. Jake Reynolds here. Ban him. Jake wants me to ban him just for. Nah, he's fine. I will try a snowman eventually. I just think it's funny that he comes every week. He's like, "Have you tried it yet?" No. This literally the main reason I do these weekly shows is to force myself out into the shop on the lathe. So like I don't get too much weekday like during the week lathe time. So that's what this is for. But I'm good. I'm off next week. I'm building a coffee table, and hopefully in between stages of the coffee table, I'm going to get on the lathe and do some fun new ideas and see if I can work through some things. So that's the idea for this coming week. But you guys also have to help me with that, because tonight I'm going to ask you to pick the next turning project that goes on the channel as an edited, like processed video. Windsor Plywood owes me money. Yeah, they probably do. Is it? Oh, am I wearing a Windsor shirt? Yeah, I am. My buddy works at Windsor Mill Sales, and he gave me this shirt. I should ask them. I should hit them up for some sponsorship. Is what I should do. They're not going to do that. Oh, how's everybody doing? I'm going to have a beverage to start, I think. That's what I'm going to do. I've had a long day already. That comes all over it. I'm going to try to avoid saying that word, that particular B word, though, because for some reason, like, sometimes these live shows get demonetized because they're not, like, advertiser friendly or something. And the only reason I can think that they would do that is because I say the word that Beckham wrote. Because I'm pretty sure I don't swear or have any violence or anything. So pretty sure the algorithm is just picking up that word and saying, no, this is not advertiser friendly. So I'm going to have a beverage with you guys tonight. And that's what I will try to call them. Anyway, we're going to do this. This caught me a little bit off guard. The choices were this piece of figured maple that's about 2 inches. I don't remember, 8? 2 by 8? 10. Oh, it's actually 10 inches across. Challenge, don't. Yeah, whatever, Pinnell. It's like, oh, I know, I'm not going to make my 40 cents. The choices were this piece of figured maple or this piece of burl. And almost everybody, I think, except Pinnell, went with the figured maple. So we're going to do that. We'll get to the burl eventually. I went and got a ton. Well, I didn't get a ton. I restocked my bold blank supply. My turning store in the next town over was having Black Friday sale. So I went down there to grab a few, and I think I grabbed 7 or 8 bold blanks to restock the cabinet down there. So we've got a good supply. And at some point tonight, Mike, what's your favorite? Hold on. I got an important question here. What's my favorite pop to make an ice cream float? I think it's probably orange pop, because it was my favorite float as a kid, and I think when I ever have a float, it reminds me of childhood, and I want it to be an orange float. That's my answer. Important question. I appreciate the important questions. Those are good. Keep those coming. Anyway, so I got root beer is a close second. Yeah, root beer is it was always either orange or root beer float when I was a kid, and but for me it was always orange. I'm not sure why. I don't judge. If you want to be root beer, you can be root beer. Just don't be like ginger ale. Oh, Jake won the contest. He got me to say. See, you guys are quicker than I think you are sometimes. That was well done. Maybe root beer won't show up as a thing in the algorithm in the computer or whatever. That was definitely well played. I just thought it was an awesome question. Oh, man, you guys are fun. I like doing this show. Anyway, so I got like 7 or 8 new bulb lengths. I got my new chuck. I got my one-way Talon chuck, and we're gonna try it out for the first time tonight. I have put it up on the lathe just to take a picture with it for the video that I put up today about me buying this chuck. I'm looking forward to not having to two-hand the loosening, tightening action on my chuck anymore. It's fantastic. What's everybody else been up to? Everybody making stuff? I want to ask Sheldon about his CNC and French cleat wall, but he's not here yet, I don't think. Anybody making anything cool? Penel, you making anything cool these days? I know you were hucking some wet bowls or wet blanks up on the lathe the other week, but doing anything cool right now? I'm going to try to make some ornaments in the next coming weeks. See if I can, but I don't have a spindle gouge. I don't know if I need a spindle gouge. Nothing this week. Work, yeah, I hear you. I am so glad that I'm off this coming week because I've got this coffee table build to do, and I want to start making some things. Marv made an airplane photo. Yes, he did, in the fog. It's a fantastic, it's yet another one of Marvin's fantastic photos. I finally settled on 2 photos to order from Marv last week. So those are on the way. And then I'll have another Mike tries to make a picture frame video coming up once I get those. So that'll be fun. You guys can watch me break a bunch more glass trying to make a picture. Actually, walnut maple inlay picture frame. Nice, Beckham. Attaboy. I think from now on I'm gonna go with like Lexan instead of glass for my picture frames. I've only ever done one, and if you've watched that video, it was not fun to cut glass. I was not good at it, so I think I'm just gonna go with Plexi or Lexan or something for future ones, because then I can use my table saw. All right, so that's a thing. Anyway, let's chuck this piece of figured maple. I don't even know what kind of figure this is. It's not flame. It's not burl. It's not like feather from like compression. I have no idea what's going on with this piece of wood, but we're going to chuck it up and find out what's inside it. Let's head over, get it spinning. Okay, come with me. Come on over. College diploma, daughter's college diploma. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. We'll see what this ends up turning itself into. We'll pretend like we have a plan going in. It's always good to pretend that you have a plan going in. I think just I'm going to say that I have a plan and just do a nice easy slope, make a nice shallow dish with it. But anybody who's been here before knows that I can plan whatever I want. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. Just put the last coat of lacquer on it. Attaboy. Yeah, the end of a project feels really good, eh? Shield. Get the tailstock off so I don't gouge my elbow later. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, it's shaking pretty good. Pretty wobbly. We'll fix that though. With sharp metal. Well, that's really, really choppy. What is going on in this wood? This is weird, weird stuff. That's fun. Whoa. Whoa. Shaking the whole place. Shaking the whole place. This is a weird piece of wood, everybody. There we go. Now we're getting around. This stuff is so weird. It's almost like it's rot. There's some spalting going on in here. I don't know how this is going to go tonight, my peeps. Why is it shaking so much? You know what it is? It's because I bet this stuff is a totally different density than this stuff. So it's like off balance. That's gonna make things interesting. That's great. Thought this was gonna be a relatively straightforward thing tonight. All right. Sorry, you guys might actually shake all night. I'm sorry about that. cutting nice though. Some of it's a bit powdery. Let's see if we can't get the bottom flat and see if that helps any. We're up to double digits again. Right on. I don't always get 10 people here for these. Woo! This is such a weird wood, man. This is weird. I don't even know what to tell you guys. Okay, so this is going to be a tray. We've gone from bowl to tray. I'm going to do a cove with a sort of a slope. Let's show you where I'm at here. We're going to do a cove with a little cut. And we're going to go with tray. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Who is Chili Man? I'm sorry, have I been missing stuff? I don't know who Chili Man is. You new Chili Man? Welcome to the show. If I am right and you are new to the show, please be aware that I am not great at this. This is me practicing and trying to get better in front of people for some reason. So we're gonna do a swoop up, a little notch down, flatten the bottom off, and make this into a tray. That's what we're gonna do. Actually, we're gonna start by flattening the bottom off. Go back over here. Face is actually nicer to cut than the edge. This stuff is so weird. Let's get this thing done. I don't know about this. Come on back. We'll finish off the profile. It's not a bad sweep. A little shallower than that, maybe. Yeah, something like that. Something like that, I think. That's cool. Little strip of spalting going through there. And that was actually a good cut too, so I don't want to mess with that too much. Yeah, we're in a good place now. Okay. All right, peeps, we're in a good place again. I think I might just... I wanted to accentuate that little... there too, but... okay, maybe just a touch. I think this is where we're at for the outside. This is so weird, this stuff. Like, I don't know. Super weird. Oh. Now we're dancing. Man, this is so weird. I've never had a piece of wood that was round and yet still super unbalanced. This stuff must be like really light compared to this stuff. But let's get sanding. Okay, we're in an adventure. Welcome to the adventure, everybody. Okay. If you're new here, this is where it gets loud. Finger ready on the mute button or the volume button or whatever. Okay, it's pretty, but it's kind of a jerk. Let's go with jerk. Get a recess in the bottom here. We'll try out my new Talon chuck. Go the right way. It's a little big, but that'll be what it'll be. I should be able to spin this thing way faster than I'm able to spin this thing right now. Like, you guys are shaking. Honestly, it's almost like it's rotten. How's everybody doing? We hanging in? I'm hanging in. It's about all I'm doing, but I am hanging in. Okay. It's gonna look cool when I put finish on it. That's all I'm gonna. It's weird. New tack cloth day. Here we go. This is the part that's awesome. Hopefully this is going to make it worth it, because I got to say, this is not really a fun thing to do. I'm not a fan of whatever this is. All right, here we go. Oh, that is so weird. It's so weird. It's not disgusting. But it is super weird. Feels like I didn't get all the way round. I did. I missed a spot. Well, that's too late for that. I'm not fixing that now. Maybe I am. That's going to bother me. Oh, welcome to my life. It's going to bother me if it's not actually round, isn't it? I'm missing like one little spot that I didn't quite get to on the outside. So that's a thing. I'm going to think on it. We're going to have a little sit. We're going to have a little sit, and I'm going to think on that, because I really don't want to go back at that outside. I just went through all that sanding. I don't want to go back to cutting it again. What do you guys think? All right, let's go back and see if we got any questions or anything here. All right, here's Chili explaining who he is. Longtime sub, Custom Creations by Scott on Instagram. Okay, cool. Why do you never show up for the show? Why am I wrong thinking there was a different tool to make the bottom flat? Yes, there was a different tool to make the bottom flat. I go over to my carbide for flattening the bottom. Marv's going to throw up because of the wobble. That's awesome. All right, we're back there. There we go. It is a beautiful piece of wood, Chili. You are correct. Beeswax mineral Narin WTF. Yeah, it's a beeswax. It's actually beeswax orange oil. Chili's answering questions. Right on. Is it crack in the side? Nope, it's spalting. Nope, that's other people answering questions for me. That's awesome. Spalting is a crack waiting to happen, Pinnell says. Kinda. How much is a bowl sander in Canada? That's just a regular random orbital palm sander. It's just my DeWalt standard random orbit. Smash that like button. Howard's feeding wax. Yep. Yep. Oh, Jake says leave it. Is it going to be weird if it's got a little in the outside of it? Fix it or I'll never be satisfied. Yes, that's probably true. I should just make that one more cut and just go through the sanding again, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. Then we'll finish our break. Sorry about that, everybody. Show's going to go a little long tonight, probably. Should be paying closer attention to what I'm doing. One more sweepy cut up the side. Maybe I make a really good sweepy cut up the side and then I can start at like 240 when I'm sanding. Shaking. Wow. I'm only at 680 RPM. I should not be shaking. 713 is about as fast as I'm going to get without you guys falling off your perch. God. Oh, way too fast. Way too fast. You guys are getting impatient. That felt good. That's better. Now I got a big chip in the rim. Right on. Turning sucks. Okay. If that doesn't get it, that doesn't get it. It does feel like it didn't get it. I don't care. Beautiful thing about making stuff are the imperfections, right? That's what makes handmade things beautiful. And I have a feeling that this might end up being beautiful. So, all right, let's finish our break. We're at 49 minutes already. Oh, that's awesome. Mrs. came in and annoyed me for a few minutes. What have I got? A bowl sander? What is a bowl sander? I've never even heard of a bowl sander. Chili. I just use my random orbit on the outside of things, and then when I get around to the inside, I've got an attachment that I use on my drill. I've never even heard of a bowl sander. Get you guys some dust off there. Marv Googled it and they look handy. Well, that's a thing. I'll look it up after the show. Maybe I need one. Oh, break can be short because I'm already at 50 minutes and I got to do the inside of this thing. I did chat for a little while longer than I usually do at the beginning, though. So that's a thing. Hey, let's do a vote. So the next turning video I'm actually going to have on the channel that isn't a live show is either going to be 3.5 by 10 Gary Oak, hefty chunk of Gary Oak, or 3 by 12 Magnolia. And you guys are going to decide. One of these I'm going to do tomorrow. And I'm going to film it and process the video and put it up on the channel as an edited turning video. So, you guys get to pick 12-inch Magnolia or 10-inch Gary Oak. What, 10-inch and deeper Gary Oak. Everybody's saying Magnolia. Hey, Rod Potts is here. Right on. Okay, looks like Magnolia's got it. Tomorrow I'm going to turn a 12 by 3 Magnolia. Andrew? Who is Andrew? There's new names. I love it. All right, so Magnolia gets it. It's pretty much unanimous. I don't think anybody said oak yet. So I'll do the Magnolia. And we'll see. Hey, what up, Rod? How you been, my man? Back home, the beverage of choice this evening is the Sleeman Original. It's back to the old standby. I didn't feel like experimenting. Tony Lopez is here too. Oh man, we got a good crowd. That's awesome. It's awesome. I love it when lots of people show up. They're not turning related, but how amazing is my 130-year-old number 6 hand plane? It's fantastic. It's just the idea of it is fantastic. It's not going to perform like the Veritas that I initially planned on buying. But for the number of times I'm going to use a number 6 throughout a year, it's going to do just fine. And the fact that it's 130 years old, every time I pull it down, it's going to have a little bit of extra something in it that I appreciate. So yeah, it was a good purchase. It cost a fair bit once shipping and everything was, but like half. It cost half of what the Veritas would have. So, all right, let's flip this thing around It's old as you, Tony Lopez. Yeah, that's how old I feel some days too, my man. Sometimes I feel like I'm 130 going on 7, you know? Oh, yeah, Marv with a stupid question. Why do you need different sized planes when they all seem to take off the same little slices of wood? It's not a stupid question. I'm not going to answer that question for you because I want you to look it up. I want you to research what the different size planes do. Basically, it's the length of the frog determines the function of the plane. So it's long planes get things flatter. Short planes can get slighter variations. It's more complicated than that, but that's a place to start. And then that's just when you're talking about bench planes. Then there's all kinds of other specialty planes, and block planes are for a different purpose and that kind of thing. Oh, Chili wants to answer? Okay, you can, Chili can answer. The most universal type plane would probably be the number 5. I would say it's called a jack plane because it's supposed to be the jack of all trades, right? I would say that's the most functional for most situations. But there's sometimes you need a little one, sometimes you need a longer one. I do a ton of work with my 62, which is essentially a jack plane. It's a low angle jack plane, but it gets 90% of the work in my shop. Chili's favorite is the smoke shave. Oh, you do a lot of round things then, probably. All right, let's flip this thing around. Enough break time. We can have another break time later. It does look pretty cool. I gotta say, it does look pretty cool. Let's check out the new chuck. I'm excited to try the new chuck. One-handed use chuck, finally. Of course, it's left-handed use chuck, which sucks for me. But I'll get better with my left hand, apparently. It is going to be fantastic to not have to double hand the damn thing anymore. Gotta say. Of course, still got it. Right. See, look, I can hold the thing on the chuck and then just one hand. Well, you guys actually can't see. Get on there. I still need to turn it the right way to get it to. There we go. Ah, one-handed operation. One-handed operation. Yeah. All right, let's get the inside out. Let us get the inside out. It does cut pretty nice. This might go relatively quickly. Let's go the right way. Shaking. 7:45. This, ugh, so weird that I can't spin this thing. Maybe once I get a bunch of it out of there, I can speed it up. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, should figure out how deep we can actually go. So I don't go plowing through the bottom of this. We are going almost exactly 1.5 inches. Maybe a little before that. We'll stop a little before that just in case. We're getting a little faster. You guys are still shaking a little bit, but we're up at 900 now. Woohoo! All right, we're down and in already. It's going fast. I'm chewing it up real good though, but we'll fix that later. See where we can get to before we start bouncing. Oh, we're up over 1,000 RPM. Found that spalt line, I think. Yeah, right there, and some in the middle. getting close to where we want to be. It's a rough cut, but we're getting close to where we want to be. We'll start going lighter and thin out those walls. Oh, everybody still hanging in? I'm still hanging in. This is such weird wood. It's like, it's almost like pine over here and then maple over there. This is like, it feels rotten is what it feels like. Got a little ways I can still get down. Oh, maybe not too much. Another eighth. I can go another eighth. Okay, it is cool. And I'm as close as I want to be. So let's thin out those sides a little bit, flatten off the bottom, and call it a day. This stuff is weird. I think we're at sanding. Because that's as risky as I want to get on this. This stuff is so weird. It's so weird. Let's sand it. Got a little bit of... Actually, I got a little bit thin at the edge there, but... You know what? I make all kinds of excuses, but this is just going to be how today is. Oh, I want to get back to that beverage over on the bench. So let's just get through this, shall we? A chunk of my bowl just came off. So that's a thing. All right. We will take care of that and make it an accent of some kind later. Oh, yay! what this is. Let's just it's one of those beautiful imperfections, right, that we were talking about earlier. Oh, and it's just crumbling. Went too thin. Okay, it adds a little bit of visual interest. That's what we're gonna go with. Too thin around the edge. I got greedy. Should have just made a rim or something. All right. It is what it is. We're learning. We're learning things on this channel, right? At least I am. I don't care if anybody else does. Well, that's not true. Sometimes I try to pass knowledge along to other people. Sometimes I just try to find it for myself. Let's oil this thing. And then we can go back to the bevy over on the bench. That. It's still pretty. And it'll still hold fruit or nuts or candy or something. It's weird. It's just weird. And we learned some things again, right? I don't know what exactly, but I think we learned that if I see another piece of wood like this in the store, I might want to think twice. It's pretty though. Weird. It's weird is what it is. Huh. Okay, I'm going back to the bench where my beverage is. Hey, Jesse1119. Oh, Beckham left? He got all depressed when I broke through the side of it, or what? Oh. You missed the chunk. Chris missed the chunk, but then rewound to it. It's just a random chunk just went flying off. It is what it is. You know, we're learning things. We're trying things. We're exploring this beautiful thing that we call woodworking. And sometimes stuff like that happens. It's still a perfectly well-functioning tray of some kind. Low speed grinder is on back order. Oh no. Which one did you get, Jesse? Did you get the Rikon? Turn a beer cozy next week. No, next week is Q&A, Chris. It's December. I might do a pen just to be turning during next week's Q&A show. I'll prep a couple of pen blanks and do a couple of pens or something while we're hanging out. Gotta be happy you got viewers on the other side of the world. I absolutely am. I love having viewers from anywhere, man. I love that people show up. Sheldon, you and your snowman. Handcrafted. Wife wants you to try that. You're not so sure now. It's just go slow. And, you know, it's, you know, I hurt myself. You go back in my channel to, what was it? 2 years ago? It was a while ago. I hurt myself by not having enough knowledge before jumping into and being overconfident and not focusing and that kind of thing. But it's not, if you take it slow and learn and adapt. I support people trying this. It's not, hey, Chris has a good idea. It's a live edge now. Yeah, if you don't watch me do this and then decide that you can't do this, because like I'm still learning. Go watch somebody, go watch Carl Jacobson or Pete Brown does some good turning things. Ashley Harwood does fantastic turning things. But you don't get to be Ashley Harwood until you get to be me and then move forward. Like I'm at very, very early on in my turning thing, my turning journey. I should try a Christmas tree. Jesse 111. I should try a Christmas tree. Over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to try to make my mom the first ornament that I've ever made her since I was a small child making crappy ornaments at school. So I'm going to try to make a Christmas ornament at some point in the next couple of weeks. Tree sounds like a good idea. I also want to try Rebecca DeGroot's little gnomes. Well, I think those would be cool. I'm going to try making one of those. And yeah. Your kids play with the baseball bat you made 23 years ago. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Except that they're playing baseball. I don't care for baseball. I liked playing baseball as a kid, to be fair. Hey, we still came in at an hour and a half on this bad boy. I thought we were well behind once I had to like recut the outside. I mean, we could put another hour in trying to fix that, but we're not going to. That is what it is. Maybe it'll be cool. Maybe it'll be cool to have that little nick out of the edge of it. I don't know. It's fine. If I have to use it for a screw tray in the shop, I'll use it for a screw tray in the shop. I think it'll go cool on somebody's coffee table. Maybe at a discount. Or maybe I get a saw. I just hack into the edge and like sand in some little. Maybe I'll just like, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just like I'll texture around the top with some like waviness, some like abstracty indentations and stuff. It'll look on purpose, because it will be on purpose after. It'll look like I thought ahead of time that I was going to do that. That's what I'll do. Worth the effort. Yes, that's another good one. Jesse 1119. He does a fantastic like entry level series of like in-depth how to make different cuts and like what the physics behind everything are. Thank you, Jesse. That's a fantastic point. Sean Graham at Worth the Effort is where I think that's probably where anybody should start. He needs a microphone, but I don't have a microphone. But he sounds very distant from the camera sometimes. I'm gonna get another bevy. Yeah, Sean's moving again. Sean moves shops more than anybody else I've ever known, I think. That's where you started. He actually used to be a teacher. Did he? I thought he sold motorcycles. Why did I think he sold motorcycles? I can see that he, like, that makes, now that you say that he used to be a teacher, I can see that. He does have a very analytical, work through the process kind of style of discussing things. I can see him used to being a teacher, but I thought he sold motorcycles. I don't know why. He's a shop teacher? Okay, fair enough. Okay. Should we just be done? I think maybe we should just be done. We're at an hour 30. Let's buff one more coat in. We'll take it off. And then if I end up scalloping the edges of them, charcuterie board arrived. Looks awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Awesome packaging. Hey, yeah, you're like, and free bubble wrap too. I'm sorry, Ken. I completely forgot that's who you were, dude. Good. I'm glad to hear that it got there and that everything's good. That was a good choice. That was the cherry maple walnut with the handle cut into it. Yeah, that was a good choice. Still have some more of those, by the way. If you guys, that's an announcement I should have made earlier. I got a bunch of bowls up on my Etsy store yesterday from these live shows and from just other ones. So, I don't know. I can't put a link in anything, but it's etsy.com/shop/Mike Davies Design is my Etsy store. So if and you for the next, you have another 2 days on the 1st of December. We'll just cut right to the chase. On the 1st of December, I'm going to give everybody over on Patreon a 20% off code for my Etsy store. So that might be a good way to get a discount on something if you're looking at the shop, because you go into Patreon and you sign up for $3 by the 1st of December, and then you get a 20% off coupon in my Etsy store, and you buy like an $80 bowl, and you save $16 by paying $3, and you just cancel your. No, don't cancel your Patreon subscription after that. But just a heads up, if you're looking at stuff in the store, Patreon people are getting 20% off for December. And but they have to be patrons as of December 1st. So, you got a couple of days if you're into it. That's patreon.com/wooden things and stuff. Just so you're aware. But I'm also going to be firing out some discount coupons, limited time offers and stuff over on Facebook and probably Instagram as well. So keep following along, And I appreciate you guys all showing up for this thing. There's never been a live show that I've ever done that at this point in the show, I still had 10 people watching. I think I've gotten to 10 people watching like twice, but it was just for a second. Like somebody accidentally clicked on it and then they were like, oh, I don't want to watch this. And they left. This is consistent 10 people. I like this. And you guys are all awesome too. Let's buff more code into this thing. It does look cool, I will say. But, man, it was a beast. Ah, that was too liquidy. Oh, all over the place. Yeah, probably won't, if I see another piece that has this type of figuring in it, probably will reconsider whether I buy it. But to be fair, this piece of wood, I think, during the Black Friday sale at my wood store, I think it cost me like $9. So, oh, that edge is a ratty mess. So, I am going to eventually do some kind of organic-y looking cutouts around the edge of this thing, I think. But we'll see. Maybe I just throw it on a shelf and never touch it again. One-handed operation on the chuck. You see that? One-handed operation. Didn't need a towel to put down because I'm using two hands to loosen it off. And then the bowl comes off and snaps. Talon. One-way Talon. Love it. All right. Let's have a look at the final product. It's cool. And like, nice big gouge in the side, but it's cool. I think it would make a nice little tray full of like walnuts and almonds and things with a nutcracker sitting in it. Yeah, that's right, Chris. I did spend $250 so that you can't make fun of me for dropping a $9 bowl. Got a problem with that? And it was actually more than that. It was it was $230. It was less than that. It was $230, and then because Buddy likes me, he gave me a discount on it even though it wasn't on sale. So I paid for that chuck. It was $230 minus 10% plus tax. So it was probably around, I guess that would be like just about $230. Just a little more than that, I guess, after tax. But yeah, I spent $230 so that you guys can't laugh at me for dropping a bowl off the chuck, all right? Now, you know I've been complaining about having to use two hands on my chuck for like ever. Because it's super annoying. Try to like hold a thing on there and then tighten two separate things with one hand like some kind of alien. Marv likes the wooden thing. I appreciate that, Marv. Thank you. I just shouldn't have gotten so thin on the edge around the rim. Because I would be very, very happy with that thing if that chunk wouldn't have come out. It's learning. We're all learning. We're having fun. I'm hanging out with friends on the internet. I'm having a bevy. I'm practicing my craft. And we're having fun conversations. We're interacting with other people, which we don't get to do enough of these days. And this, I guarantee you, that if this chunk of burl would have gotten voted in tonight, it would have gone much more badly than that edge chunk. Like, look at this burl. Look at this huge missing bit in here. I don't know how this would have gone. Like, this has like a bark inclusion that goes like from here out through here. That would not have worked. I think this would have like exploded on the lathe. This could be my first epoxy work, but I don't think it'll seep. Like, if I tried to fill it, I don't think it would. Should resin stabilize the burl first with cactus juice? Yeah, I know about cactus juice, but see, the problem is to get into stabilization, you need not just the stabilization juice, but you also need like a vacuum chamber and a toaster oven, because there's no way that I'm gonna put a stabilized blank in my actual oven and have my wife explode. I think you're doing, yes, Jesse thinks I'm doing a wonderful job, especially with where I decided to give the lathe another shot. And she is proud of me for even giving it a second chance. Thank you very much, Jesse. You know what? I was super proud of myself when I first spun the lathe back up after 10 months of being scared of it, and put a piece of metal into a spinning piece of wood again. And I convinced myself to actually touch the spinning piece of wood with the piece of sharp metal. I was very proud of myself. And now look at me. I'm doing a live turning show on Saturday nights. Man, I've come a long way this year. Pat myself. Some kind of thick plastic bag with shop vac. To like suck the epoxy into the... I think what I do is I just turn it, and when I find voids, I stop and fill them with epoxy and take it off the lathe and let it cure and put it back up on the lathe and keep going, I think is how I'm going to have to end up doing that one. Or we just explode it one Saturday on the show. That could be a thing. But I got lots of things. Actually, I don't have too many like little ones that I can do on the show. I don't want the show to go a couple hours. So I should maybe get a couple more smaller things for the show. You haven't seen an explosion yet? Well, no, not an explosion. We had the situation with the glue on the block on the bottom with the torn out chip there. I guess all of my like real bad, I think the added pressure of doing it in front of people live makes me more conservative, because I've blown through a few bowls. I got 3 up there. I got another one over there that I leave up places to remind me to pay attention. I've never like full on exploded one. I had one come off the lathe hard though. Actually, that's a show on the channel. The yellow cedar and walnut bowl on the new lathe. My first bowl on this lathe came flying off hard. That was not fun, but at least it came off hard in the opposite direction. Like it hit the wall instead of hitting me. But yeah, I haven't had too many like violent, like what would we call it? I haven't had too many like graphic bad things happen, other than the first one where like the huge chunk of wood and the chisel went into my belly, off my finger. But yeah, you take it slow. I think that's what I was saying. The added pressure of the live show makes me more conservative and less willing to push myself to possibly go through things and explode things. Maybe that's not how I should approach it, but I don't know. I like having a thing at the end of these. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who likes me having a thing after these. I should blow something up one of these times, though. Maybe one of these times we'll go out into the driveway and just like explode something with gunpowder, just so that we can say that I blew something up on the channel. We're probably not going to do that, just so you guys know. All right, we're at a $1:45 exactly. So I'm going to say thank you all for coming by and checking out the action on the. Anybody know what kind of figure this is? Like, I don't even know what is happening with this piece of maple that did this. Like, it's weird. It's weird. Maybe it's just a kind of spalting that I've never seen before, but it's weird. And it's super light on this side. The reason that it was spinning, like that it was rattling so bad over there, was because this stuff is way lighter than this stuff. So even once it was round, it was off balance. I guess Chili just says it's just a form of spalting. So I've just never seen this type of spalt. Every spalting I've seen is like the black inky stuff, right? And there's some of that in here, like up through here and down in through here. But I've never seen like this action. But now I have, and now I know that I don't enjoy turning it very much. Anyway, so you guys have 2 days to join Patreon to get a 20% off in my Etsy store. What other announcement did I have? There's now bowls up in the Etsy store. There's pens, there's charcuterie boards. There's going to be some more pens because I still have some that I have to get pictures of. At some point, I'm going to turn this giant piece of magnolia and put it up on the channel. And I got some plans for Christmas ornaments, and I got to make Sheldon's snowman that he wants me to try, so that stop bugging me about it. And Rebecca DeGroot's little gnome I want to try doing. So those are things that are upcoming. And coffee table, major coffee table build this coming week. So yeah, I'm a busy guy for the next little bit, but I'm having fun, and I very much appreciate all of you guys coming by and hanging out with me for this chunk of time on Saturdays. I will continue along doing these things. Next week is the Q&A. So I'm gonna make a post. Where do you guys see me most? Instagram, Facebook? I know I can talk to Beckham anytime over on Patreon. I check out, yes, Chili, I will check out the bowl sander. Can I get blanks like that are 2 feet thick? I don't know, maybe. Sheldon only sees me on YouTube. Well, maybe I'll make a post on YouTube too then, because I can make a post that isn't a video upload. Chili finds me on Instagram. Sheldon's on Facebook too. Okay, so I'll do a post on Facebook, post on Instagram, asking for questions for next week's open Q&A. And I probably will also just turn a couple of random pens. I'll prep a couple of pen blanks this week while I'm doing other stuff. And next week we'll do open Q&A, hang out with some bevies, and we'll turn a couple of pens and maybe give one away. I'll give away a pen next week that I turn on the show that night. That'd be fun. Okay, Jesse, I know that we've been talking over on Facebook, so Facebook's a good spot to find me and answer poll questions and stuff like that. I will put a post up over there, sort of probably Thursday-ish, asking for questions for the live show. And then we'll do pen turning, pen giveaway, open Q&A, hangout, bevy conversation next Saturday. That's it for this one. Is it a success? I don't know. I usually try to like end these things by saying like, oh yeah, I'm super happy with how it turned out. I don't know that I am. I'm not unhappy with how tonight went. It was frustrating at times, yes. But let's say it was a win, but it wasn't like a career defining win. Like it wasn't like Graham McDowell at the US Open kind of win. Okay? It was yeah. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Thanks everybody. That reference, I don't know if Marv's going to get that reference. I don't know if anybody else is going to get that reference. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep learning, keep trying, keep getting better. And keep helping each other. That's what we're here to do. I'm happy I got a new chuck. Did you see that one-hand action? All right. Later, everybody.